guys, I'm going to be showing you today, or Jeff's actually showing you, how he built a brooder out of just some stuff we had around the house for some baby chicks we were planning on getting. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, whenever he did this, I had plans to go to Tractor Supply and get some chicks as soon as possible, but nobody had any for weeks. So we just, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But anyway, we had some old doors from an old not chicken coop, but an old rabbit pen we had that were still good. So Jeff is going to be using those. And then we had a light that we use. We've used it for several times. English is not my thing today. But anyway, we've used it several times for baby chickens, for quail, and also to keep our dogs warm in the cold whenever they go outside and stuff like that in the wintertime. So what he's doing is just attaching these old doors to the top of this tote. The tote is not usable for anything really. It had holes in the bottom that he taped up, or in the sides. We had Christmas ornaments in it before, and whenever we moved, we found that because it had been in the shed, rats or squirrels or something had chewed through the box. So we got rid of everything that was in this box, and Jeff cleaned up the box, disinfected it, and decided to use it for this because it would work for this. So he's gonna just put those on, and I don't even know what all he's showing you because I was inside doing other things. So I'm just gonna speed through, let you listen to some music real quick, and come back in a bit because let me just go ahead and tell you about the chicks. We didn't find any, and so I decided, because there's a feed store that is on the way to the old house, I decided to call there one day, and I asked, do y'all sell baby chicks? And she said no. Sometimes on Saturdays we have a farm day thing where people come and they sell small animals, things like that. But at that point in time, there were none happening at that time. I said at that time twice, but whatever. We've already established I can't talk. Anyway, she said, no, we don't have any, and we don't sell them, and we don't have a farm day coming up right now. But if you have Facebook, you can just, watch out for it. And I said, well, I don't have Facebook, so I can't do it, but thank you anyway for your time, for talking to me. And she said, well, just wait a minute. I know a guy, him and his wife have chickens, and they may have some for sale. So I said, oh, that's great. So she gave me the number for his wife. And I called her, and she said, well, I don't know what all we have right now. Just call my husband. Gave me his number. So I called him, and I'm telling you, this guy has a bajillion chickens. Not literally, but he has a lot of chickens. There I am standing there watching Beth. But he said, yes, I got some babies that will be available in a couple days if you want some, or the next day. Or actually it was Friday before we could go, so that's why it was a couple days. Anyway, wow, I can't talk. So this guy, we ended up making an appointment to go buy chickens from him. But before we went and did that, I wanted to make sure I had all the supplies I needed, so we went to Tractor Supply in the town where we used to live, which I had not called them to find out if there were any chicks there. Well, we went there. They had chicks. So I bought 6 from there. And then I bought some from this guy. And my sister-in-law and niece actually bought some as well from the guy that we got some from. You'll see those in a minute. But we did get chicks. We had 19, but one did not make it. We don't know why. It was one we got from the guy, but that sometimes happens. They were only a day old, and you never know. So it's a risk you take whenever you get baby chickens or any baby animal. But what he's doing right there is clipping off all the staples and stuff that was on there. But anyway, I'm going to let you listen to a little music, speed this up some, and then you'll see some babies. As you can see, we got lots of baby chicks. There is one that came from Tractor Supply that I just could not leave there because it was the only one like it. And it is a black Jersey Giant. We don't know if it's male or female. We hope that we get a mix of male and female, but he's the only black Jersey Giant that I know of that we have. No, actually it's blue Jersey Giant. I'm sorry. We got some Buff Orpingtons, and the other kind that we got from, well, we got the Buff Orpington from the gentleman. We got some, Buff Cochins. I may not be saying that right, but it's a bantam chicken. We got some, what are those? Oh dear, why can't I think right now? Probably because I got too much chicken on the brain. Anyway, I'm listening to them over there in their little brooder there beside me, just playing and talking and all that stuff right now. But let's see, there's Buff Orpington. I can't remember the one kind that the guy said that he had that we bought from him. There's white leghorns in there that we got from Tractor Supply. But as you can see, they found the food, they found the water very quickly. They're very happy. Now, the gentleman we bought the chickens from, he had so many different breeds that I don't even know what all we got from him. I just bought baby chicks. And like I said, I don't mind if they were, you know, not all the same. I actually wanted a variety. So, with that being said, oh goodness, why is it going out of focus? With that being said, I'm going to go for now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. And I will be sharing my chicks more. Oh, and I'll also move that around because that way they could all get to it easier because they were kind of running over each other the way it was positioned. So thank you for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. If you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing because I really do want to know. If you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below as well. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.